Hi everyone and welcome to Parallel Archives. If you're new here, let me introduce myself real quick. My name is Khadija and I am a 25 years old art historian. On this channel, you'll find many design, art and architecture related contents, among other vlogs and adventures of mine, mostly in French, but from now on also in English. Now that I, your host, has been introduced, and without any more further ado, let's dive right into today's subject. I am often finding myself reflecting on the way I consume things. Nowadays, we're surrounded and have access to an immense, wide and rich field of sources, from thoughts to studies and essays on the matter to help us understand our day-to-day habits of consumption and even sometimes orientate our choices. In terms of consumption mainly, we tend to be drawn towards organic products or not, to buy fast fashion or to choose to avoid it, and equally, we think of the same things before buying furniture or a piece of design. Should we only buy signed design pieces if we're into it? Is buying a dupe design causing a negative impact among creatives and designers? Today, we will discuss this issue and I'll try to bring my opinion on the table. So grab your cuppa, get all cozy, and let's talk about design. Before I get to bring my own opinion on the matter, I have to set something straight. First things first, I chose to view this issue as a binary one. A little disclaimer here, my sayings today will simplify the way I approach this issue in order to not make a full-on 1-hour thesis about it. I would say that on one side, you find designerholics who only strive to buy signed design pieces to furnish their homes and whom you'll likely find to be on the pusher side of the population. On the other side, and you might have guessed it, you'll find the others who count as the majority and who, for many reasons, tend to buy, as you may call it, fast fashion for clothes, fast design here for furnitures. So, there are many reasons as to why those two categories of consumers are relevant nowadays. In fact, there are two main key factors: education and obviously the good old money. These two factors, to me, do not belong at the same level at all. Money is indeed a well-known and crucial aspect to consider before buying anything, and decorating or furnishing your interior isn't an exception to this reality, especially in our economy. Money is essential to buy luxurious pieces, even good quality or signed ones. That's why majority of people lean towards pieces with a lower production quality and with a much simpler design thinking or aesthetic, which in a way recalls a form of uniformism since that's what's available in big stores. As a second criteria to look for why these are the two main types of consumers regarding furnitures, I chose to look into education, which plays a major role in our ways of consumption. When I talk about education, I mean personal culture and natural curiosity, and not education as in an academic way. For one to educate itself on how a produce is made or sourced enables us to have a richer culture and to also, obviously, cultivate our knowledge and our open-mindedness in order to understand better how and why we consume certain things instead of other things. In short, educating oneself enables us to choose. Whether we have money or not so much of it, it's something that I personally think is crucial to do before choosing pieces to decorate your interior. Obviously, these two categories I chose to speak about today can differ from one individual to another because they carry inequalities and certainly also they raise questions about privileges. Besides those privileges, to me, education, at least among our Occidental societies, is a much more accessible and useful matter than money. Nowadays, we can easily find, if we make a step to reach out for our smartphones or push the door of a library, an unlimited amount of knowledge on any existing subject. So I said it. Education is more important than money, and it's something I truly think. But it's true that in action, we can know everything about the history of a 5,000 quid chair without having the necessary funds to buy it. It's the same reflex for a majority of people, and I am myself just like the majority for the most part, and despite being passionate about design history, also turning towards big stores, to buy affordable furniture when I need to. If you take, for instance, one of the most famous furniture store, IKEA, you can question yourself about why are these kinds of store interesting? Because they sell dupes of design classics, and so they participate indirectly in the sensibilization of the most part towards design history. Among those well-known pieces of furniture, you can find dupes of the Isamu Noguchi lamps, the Knoll tulip table, the Poulsen lamp, or even the Eames LCW chair, also referred to as the chair of the century. So is it really that awful to consume designer dupes? To me, it's a good thing to buy those pieces if you don't have the resources to buy signed pieces, or if in a simpler way, those are the pieces you want because you like them. But, and there's always a but, as much as we say it for fast fashion, you have to consume furniture carefully and buy with a conscious mind. Buying for the sake of it carries issues such as overconsumption that are almost in every case encouraged by trends and social media, and consuming furniture has to be a conscious act. As much as you think about money, you also have to think about the need to possess a piece and also the impact this will have not only on the design industry and its history, but also on the environment. Indeed, just like clothes, the ecological impact of the furniture industry is huge due to its worldwide and mass production. So how to avoid over-consuming cheap furniture while being on a budget? My alternatives to decay overconsumption are, for one, to start buying second-hand design furniture. You can find it easily pretty much everywhere, in flea markets, on online resales, or even Facebook Marketplace. If you cannot find the one furniture you fancy in this resale heavens, then you can go for a fresh, out-of-the-factory piece. The key here is to find a balance of how much new pieces you're buying. You should place the need of a piece before your desire to buy it, so you'll keep a conscious mind while consuming. Be also careful of the various trends that pop up every day or so on social media. Following them might be dangerous, since you'll end up not only overconsuming, buying and throwing away furniture at each trend, but also your interior will not look like you at all. Indeed, it'll end up looking like every other person who follows these set trends. I like to choose pieces I will be having for years, classics that can be among many different interiors and styles, and also have some statement pieces that will bring color or shape to a simple decor. A last alternative that I think is really cool is buying designer pieces from collaboration they can have with big stores. These collaborations are generally a way of buying signed pieces at a lower cost while paying the designer and its team for the researches they've conducted. Among the stores that initiate these collabs, you can count Monoprix, which I talked about earlier on my channel, and which invites on a regular basis young and infamous designers to draw home collections. There is also the well-known IKEA, which participates in this, but I am keeping this for another video, wink wink. Drop me a comment if you'll be interested in this subject. So, to end up this video, my ultimate tip, I would also say my design nerd tip. To be sure that you like a piece of furniture for years and years before buying it is to educate yourself on the history of a piece. This will enable you to know more about your furniture as to why it is shaped or made that way, and to orient it yourself on the best cost and environmentally friendly alternative. Having a more responsible consumption will, in the end, help you to build an interior that resonates with you and that will bring you comfort and peace on a daily basis. That's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed this little video. If so, feel free to comment or to like the video. And if you want more design and slow life content, subscribe to Parallel Archives. It's always a pleasure to grow and exchange with this community. Thank you for watching and take care. Bye!